16. Be united. It is the unity for which man has been able to become the best of all creatures. The most important condition for removing disunity is to remove financial ruling and disparity. No great deed can be done without an association. There may be a great difference of opinions, but communication should not be disrupted. Mutual interest is served through cooperation between each other. The differences between studied people are solved easily. Unity occurs between two actions or two things. As a result of united way of thinking, negative becomes positive and a selfish work becomes unselfish work and attain salvation. A state of disunity fetches destruction. Try to lead your lives united. Don't be rival with others. Always place the collective interests above personal interests. Try to unity emotions and ways of thinking of all. Without a community life, it is not possible to lead a prosperous life. If all the duties are done unitedly or collectively, prosperity for all must come. Allah has only the full power to make unity and to make association in egoism, greed, envy and enmity. Cutting of relation is one of the reasons against prosperity. Unity among the materials having opposite characteristics can only be seen by real wisdom. We are created to cooperate with each other like the limbs of our bodies. Men can reach their goals through mutual exchange, helping each other, cooperating with each other. In the way of life, unity is a great power. A man is a member of a group of people with whom he maintains a relation. Every matter of the world is made of matters more than one. The characteristics of a matter is that it is made of more than one metals. A family becomes noble and prosperous through friendship with the wise men and being religious. Independence is destroyed due to lack of unity. Community and family tradition is negligible. It is better to live unitedly. Otherwise, quarrel will take place and all will try to find out each other's faults. If the relatives remain united, nobody can be compared with them. When many people start doing a job, then the job becomes very easy. Unity is strength. A man may not be an important one in another village. Live with good companions. All good relations are based on mutual understanding and regardfulness. Living together built intimacy. If one of them starts singing, the other starts tuning. Rarely different mentalities people act together. At best they assemble at the place of work, and when their personal needs arise they go away. Men do not have an unanimous opinion in any matter. Even if the heaven is given on their hands. If everybody pulls or push the earth towards the same direction, then the earth will be displaced. He who mixes with many people should be prepared to accept many things against his liking. He is known as a mad who cannot coordinate his thoughts and ways of life with others. He is small and simple man who is alone. He who is not united is negligible. Our characters could not become strong due to divisions, envy and narrowness among us. We can't be united. We can't trust each other and can't accept leadership of anybody among us. Individual difference may be there, but it is very sad not to be united, although our conscience urges for it. Board may be comprised of 3 men, but 2 men will surely proceed towards 2 ways. A single person cannot control many things alone. Where there is envy, there is fight. A strong and a weak man cannot live together. 1 murmurs, 2 read, 3 make noise and 4 make a market. Where more than one utensils are there, they hit each other. One can't attain everything. Water and oil do not mix up with each other. The dustbins of the gentlemen are also better than the garden of mean fellows. Dividing makes many, but unity serves many. Unity is the most effective way to face a crisis. To live with a weak man is the symptoms of a strong man. United strength is far greater than a partial strength. To satisfy the members of a group is very much important for the group. It is possible to discover a new idea unitedly and widening the scope of mutual cooperation within a group established to work for a common goal. Men's community life becomes strong when mutual trust and sympathy exist among the community. A common interest-based association is that which is established with the purpose of serving the common interest of its members, to make it stable and to influence other associations collectively as and when necessary. Firmness, efficiency, self-confidence, mutual communication, actions and reactions, continuous public relations, cooperation, free atmosphere, control on expenditure and technological efficiency are the preconditions of an association. An association should maintain its unity and integrity flow of specified activities and should be located close to the concerning government authority. The organization, institutions at best can help to the development of humanity. The organization can create positive situation for life and development, and potentiality may happen to the character. Society is the consensus and integration of general mass. The existence of society depends on united activity of person. A general dire relationship is essential for higher existence. Beyond this, a nation is only a cluster of people. In the long run they will be detached. Sympathy is mostly expressed within the family, between neighbors, among relatives and friends, that is within the circle of people consists of the closest people. In the relation between people, cooperation and competition are present at the same time. The jobs which requires physical strength can be done through discussion of many people, cannot be done without forming a group. Those who always remain busy with trifle matters can't achieve a great purpose. Although, often some trifle matter results to a serious matter. Sometimes we are greatly helped by something what we neglected for all the time. Those who neglect small things becomes madly when they need it badly. The most neglected may become very important when it is needed badly. Trifling matters seem to be meaningless, but it gives tranquility. Wildflower does not give any scent individually, but they make the wind full of scent with their collective fragrance. Trifle matters are very important from many points of view. Both will need it to each other. A renowned man is also dependent on a negligible man and vice versa. A qualified man is always backed by many qualified men. To clean one hand, the another hand is required. You can't say when and whose help will be required. If 2 or 3 men unity together to serve a great purpose, they think that the world is like a ripe fruit to them. When a group of people make an association, then nothing is delayed to be done. Our society is to place its hearts in a particular place and is to be united centering one man, otherwise, there is no way to defend ourselves from going slow or destruction. There are 5 different dimensions of social cohesion: material conditions, passive relationships, active relationships, inclusion and equality. Material conditions are fundamental to social cohesion. Particularly employment, income, health, education and housing. Relations between and within communities suffer when people lack work and endure hardship, debt, anxiety, low self-esteem, ill health, poor skills and bad living conditions. These basic necessities of life are the foundations of a strong social fabric and important indicators of social progress. The second basic tenet of cohesion is social order, safety and freedom from fear or passive social relationships. Tolerance and respect for other people, along with peace and security, are hallmarks of a stable and harmonious urban society. The third dimension refers to the positive interactions, exchanges and networks between individuals and communities, or active social relationships. Such contacts and connections are potential resources for places since they offer people and organizations mutual support, information, trust and credit of various kinds. The fourth dimension is about the extent of social inclusion or integration of people into the mainstream institutions of civil society. It also includes people's sense of belonging to a city and the strength of shared experiences, identities and values between those from different backgrounds. Lastly, social equality refers to the level of fairness or disparity in access to opportunities or material circumstances, such as income, health or quality of life, or in future life chances. The criteria of success or failure depend on the depth of personal relationship, confidence and trust. When a lone man faces much hindrances, as a member of a group they consider themselves more safe. Disciplines and solidarity come from the leadership. It breeds support and responsibility towards the group. Everybody pays notice to another. If the bondage of the social unity is strong, supporters of a like mind would be developed. Individuals almost universally have a bond toward what are known as reference groups. These are groups to which the individual conceptually relates himself, and from which he adopts goals and values as a part of his self-identity. A social unit consisting of a number of individuals interacting with each other with respect to common motives and goals. Primary groups are small with intimate kin-based relationships and display face-to-face interaction. Household, for example, all individuals who live in the same home. There are various models in different culture including the family, blended families, share housing and group homes. They commonly last for years. Secondary groups are large whose relationships are formal and institutional. They may last for years or may disband after a short time. The formation of primary groups happens within secondary groups. Community is a group of people, with a commonality or sometimes a complex net of overlapping commonalities. Often but not always in proximity with one another with some degree of continuity over time. They often have some organization and leaders. There are much less formal groups. They interact, share common interests, accomplish their goals, do particular activities. They are relatively equal by the social status and interests or same age etc. Dimensions of group process, patterns of communication and coordination, patterns of influence, roles or relationship, patterns of dominance, for example who leads, who differs, balance of task focus versus social focus, level of group effectiveness, how conflict is handled. Task functions, orientation, organizing to get work done, information flow, problem solving. Personal relations functions, testing and dependence, intra-group conflict, group cohesion, interdependence. An accepted division of labor, that is roles, established status, social rank, dominance, relationships. Accepted norms and values with reference to matters relevant to the group. Development of accepted sanctions, praise and punishment, if and when norms were respected or violated. Intentional community, insular language, mindset, social contacts. Role-playing, blend-in, social engineering, play and shift roles, blurs role and life. Sentinel event, trigger event, causes explosion, blame others, not self. Pattern behavior, obsessive, compulsive monomania, attention to detail, addictive tendencies, ability to addict to physiological response to experience, ego, identity issues, act out, demonstrate against authority. Basic belief structure, special, even, unique, deserving, situation is not satisfactory, no other easier option than to engage in job, only doing what others frequently do, not a bad person. If presently employed, his performance in his job is separate from job does not really discount his contribution in the workplace. Security programs, for example, briefings, have no meaning for him, unless they connect with something with which he can personally identify. He feels isolated from the consequences of his actions. He sees his situation in a context in which he faces continually narrowing options, until job seems reasonable. The process that evolves into job reduces barriers, making it essentially okay to initiate the crime. So 3 questions are important: how is a group formed? How does a group function? And how does one describe those social interactions that occur on the way to forming a group? Development of a group: if one brings a small collection of strangers together in a restricted space and environment, provide a common goal, and maybe a few ground rules, a highly probable course of events will follow. Interaction between individuals is the basic requirement. At first, individuals will differentially interact in sets of 2s or 3s while seeking to interact with those with whom they share something in common, that is, interests, skills, and cultural background. Relationships will develop some stability in these small sets in that individuals may temporarily change from one set to another, but will return to the same pairs or trios rather consistently and resist change. Particular twosomes and threesomes will stake out their special spots within the overall space. By analogy to animal behavior, these behaviors can be termed territorial behaviors and dominance behaviors. Depending on the pressure of the common goal and on the various skills of individuals, differentiations of leadership, dominance, or authority will develop. Once these relationships solidify with their defined roles, norms, and sanctions, a productive group will have been established. Community building and organizing process goes through 4 stages. Pseudo-community, where participants are nice with each other, playing safe and presenting what they feel is the most favorable sides of their personalities. Chaos, when people move beyond the inauthenticity of pseudo-community and feel safe enough to present their shadow selves. This stage places great demands upon the facilitator for greater leadership in organization, and this pressure should be resisted. Emptiness. This stage moves beyond the attempts to fix, heal and convert of the chaos stage, when all people become capable of acknowledging their own woundedness and brokenness, common to us all as human beings. Out of this emptiness comes true community, the process of deep respect and true listening for the needs of the other people in this community. This stage can only be described as glory, and reflects a deep yearning in every human soul for compassionate understanding from one's fellows. Membership groups. Some community groups and non-government organizations are democratic membership groups, which can play a specific role in development. Faith-based groups. Poor people often trust and regard faith-based organizations as the most important organizations in local development, and we are keen to include such groups. Other segments of civil society. There are other important groupings within civil society, such as professional groups, that can play a role in development. Trade unions. Trade unions are often key democratic organizations and, through securing better conditions for their members, play an important role in tackling the conditions in which poverty thrives. Cooperate with each other. Don't try to harm each other and follow the good sides of each other. Follow the way of friendship and peace, leaving the way of quarrels. Large and small both will need each other. If we live collectively, we will live personally as well. A man is well known to the people of his own. A joint venture is prospective for a bright future. Personal prosperity and the prosperity of the world depend on cooperation. Help and cooperation of others are must to do something great in the life. If we do something unitedly, no matter we win or we are defeated. What is very hard for one, is very easy for many. Weak people also become strong due to unity. Grass is united as a rope can fasten up a mad elephant. Don't neglect the weak people. When become intolerant they make a group, and when they make a group they become strong. With the small and negligible things united together, you can serve a great purpose. If many unnecessary things are collected together, then you can defeat your enemy with it. If grasses are collected together and a cottage is made with it, it can save you from rains.